you hear, can you hear my voice and see my screen clearly? If everything is fine, we can get started. Okay. Okay, so thank you for your time to join the Sangfor webinar on Friday. I know Friday is a very because tomorrow is a Saturday and a Sunday, so I wish you have a happy weekend. But before that, we can Friday. Let's enjoy. MDR. There's a new type of service, security service. So when we talk about security service, I think you will really think it from another perspective, and I have the confidence that I can provide the value today for you guys. Okay, so let me, okay, give me 10 minutes. So I will adjust something. Okay, so let's get started without further ado. So today I will talk about Sangfor MDR. MDR you can think is a security service category, but today we talk about is managed detection and response. I know you heard a lot of terminology like the EDR, NDR, XDR, but today we talk about the MDR because detection and response is two very fundamental capabilities in the industry now. But a lot of customers, they don't know how to use the EDR. They don't know how to do the detection and how to fully use the response. So with Sangfor team today, we will talk about how to use our MDR to manage the detection and response, the product. Because Sangfor, we have a wide portfolio. We not only have the firewall, we also have the EDR and NDR and XDR. So now today, here comes the MDR. Okay, MDR, you can, if you haven't heard about what is MDR, just to simply say MDR is a security service. It's a service, which means service will cover the people, service will give you the process, service will help you to handle the technology. So you can have just this kind of simple idea, just you can just remember at the moment. Okay, so before I talk about MDR, I want to talk about why MDR exists in the market, why MDR will be the future trend. So let's look at some of the events happens around the world nowadays. So you can see, I know a lot of vendor when they present their product, they will highlight there's a lot of cyber attacks, cyber crime. But today, although I post some of the security events, but I will explain from different angle, from different perspective. So and something uh, we will not talk it very shallow. We will just find out the root cause why the some of the customers still suffer the ransomware. Okay, so you can see the U.S. the judiciary confirms breach of the court electronic record service, and the second thing is the Orange Group confirmed breach after hacker leak company documents. And there's a South Korea, the telecom company, and also the Guardian is also an airline company. They are all the very big giant customer, but they help people. They just acquire the Palo Alto CrowdStrike. There's a best of breed of the product and the service they already purchased in their organization. And they also have a documentation and they fulfill the ISO 27001, the compliance. But last year and this year, so they still suffer the cyber attack. So I just want you to think about why this kind of giant company, they help people, they have mature process, and they also have the technology, but they also cannot define the cyber attack. So here's a very interesting topic. Maybe you can think about, I give you 10 minutes, 10 seconds, maybe 10 seconds later, we will jump to another page. Okay, so the story begins with there's a lot of large clients, they have fully capital, they help people, but they still suffer ransomware. They still suffer the cyber attack. So when we talk about the security to the customer, what are we really talking about? Uh, Here is the secure operation, the whole process. I think all the big company, they will talk about like this picture. So why they build the security, cybersecurity, why they need to adopt the technology, why they hire the people. So from my perspective, I think a lot of customer. Okay, we just talk about the cybersecurity technology. So let's assume there's a organization, they have 500 people, have 100 seats, and you ask the customer, how many security analysts do you have? Maybe they will talk about, maybe I have 2 or 3 security analysts, but the security analysts will need to handle a lot of different products, like the Palo Alto, like the Firm, like the Fortinet, like the so forth. So very shortage of the labor, the security analyst. So people is not enough. And when we talk about the technology, we need to fully use and to against the different instance. So when ransomware happens, you ask your customer, what you will do next step. A lot of customer will don't know what to do next. So they don't have very mature process and they don't have a definition and when deal with different security instance. So when we talk about cybersecurity, we not only talk about technology, but we also talk about the resource like people's knowledge, people's mindset, and also the security process. So only you have the 3 fundamental factors that, which means you can handle the security well. At least you have architecture to manage the security effectiveness. Okay, so secure operation is very important. When we talk about the secure operation, our high level of the view, which means you are measuring your security effectiveness. So secure operation, I give you a formal definition, is a monitor, detect, investigation, and respond to cybersecurity threats in real time. And why we need a secure operation? I give you the fully purpose, which means continuous function aimed at protecting your IT infrastructure, your data, and your systems from malicious attack, unauthorized access, and other security risks. Okay, I know a lot of use are from the partner, so I can tell you how to open the topic. And when you talk about secure operation, how to optimize the customer security status. So here's a very important direction that you can highlight. The first thing is the product revenue and it reduces financial loss. Some of the customer, maybe they will argue with you. I have little budget and today I don't have intention to enhance my security. Why? I need to put more money to consider the security. So I give you the some of sales pitch and some of the better that you can talk to your customer. The first thing is security is the baseline, and security protect the IT objectives, and the IT objectives like the data center, like the server, they are hold your whole business running properly. Without security, which means, for example, your server is locked down, and you maybe the application and the business is suspended, which means your revenue will be lost and you will suffer some financial loss. That's the first thing. And the second thing is that once your business is broke down, is break down, and you will lose your customer. It's very hard to build the customer trust nowadays, and you will suffer the brand reputation. That is the second thing. And the third thing is about the compliance. So you know, in UAE, the government they are posting about the 5-year planning, about the digital transformation, and also security, cybersecurity protection, and cybersecurity initiatives, which means you need to follow the cybersecurity law and privacy data and a lot of series of the law, a series of the regulation and the laws which you need to follow. And if the customer they are break down into different sectors like the gasoline and oil and also the BFSI and also healthcare. So different industry. If you talk with the regulator, they will have their compliance. Like in Abu Dhabi, the ethics is a healthcare, the compliance, and all the organization to 101. So we need to, as a customer, the CISO need to share it to their final boss. That is the third thing. And the fourth thing is about business continuity. So for example, today is a supply chain and is a maybe for example Carrefour. Maybe Carrefour they will build another another supermarket and maybe there is a manufacturing construction construction company, they are just building a new site. So they will migrate and they will extend their business. But security, if they're lag behind, which means some part of the new factory and a new construction site and a new supermarket, they will lose the security uh, effectiveness because they didn't think about the security. So I'm a hacker. I'm easy to penetrate a new factory, and the network is linking each other. So I can penetrate a new factory and just penetrate and the old factory and to the HQ. So it's very easy to spread internally. So business continuity is very important. And digital transformation, which means you can this tool. I just want to highlight one thing. So a lot of customers they highly focus on their business, highly focus on their revenue, but they don't want to talk much about the cybersecurity because they think cybersecurity so that's a risk to vendor and allow the vendor to provide service, provide people, provide resource, provide energy to the customer. So customer can fully engage in their competitive business. So that is also a good options. Okay, that is the some of the direction that I want to highlight to you. Talk a lot about the problems. Uh, you can highlight a point. For example, when you're selling the service, you can ask simple questions. If today the hackers just attack you work, maybe 2 a.m., whatever happen, the customer will call back the technician to come here to resolve the issue. This is impossible because no one is working at 2 a.m. So they lack of 24/7 monitoring. And the second thing is they don't have some of the very skilled knowledge to manage the security. Okay, and the third thing is that they purchase a lot of different brands, and the different brands pop up different alerts, different logs, different instance. So how to manage the different alert with a different priority? So for example, just two people handles 100 instance. It's not possible. So they will suffer alert fatigue. And the fourth thing is about uh, the cyber as a for example, as a hacker they will use the new weapon to penetrate you. Maybe tomorrow and today, the weaponization and the logic and the thinking and the tactics is different. So how to define the future threats? That is also you need to keep up to date about the cybersecurity landscape. Okay, and when something really happens, for example, ransomware, and how the customer handle the ransomware step by step, do they really have the uh, capability to define it properly? I think the answer remains to be seen. But from my perspective, I think uh, most of the customers they don't know how to respond to ransomware. Okay, and maybe they have high end of the threat intelligence, but they don't know how to use and how to map the threat intelligence with their best of breed product. Okay, so I talk a lot about the gaps. So only two things I think we need to mention. The first thing, threat detection is very important. You need to cover 24/7. You need to really know what you need to do and mapping the threat intelligence and handle the alert fatigue, this issue properly, and up to date about organization to defend against the future threats. Okay. And the second thing we talk about response, which means we need to have an expert team standby 24/7. And when something happens, we can ask the expert, and even expert can handle for me about the instant handling and the instant response. So, which means you need to find some uh, expert team, maybe out of scope of your organization to cover the jobs. Okay, sample. I just give you a lot of gaps, and sample we can really do it one by one for you. The first thing is that we have security people and around 400 around the world, and in UAE we also have a local team, and so the we are the very wonder that we already established the data center in UAE. So data sovereignty, for example, the device data transmitted to our data center in UAE, in Dubai. So our people can take care of the data, and the data will not transmit out scope the border. And that's the first thing we can do. We have people, we have local data center, we have the technology, we also have the process to cover all the issues. When something happens, we can give you the response. You customer no need to establish the process. Sangfor already cover. Okay, the second thing is that we have the best the indicator compromise, indicator attack. Because Sangfor is a one that also provide EDR, NDR, and the firewall. So it's very easy to combine our technology with the service. Okay. And when talking about the response, our customer purchased the MDR. Okay, so our expert will build a group and we will allocate a customer success manager. Customer success manager is in the group and just correlate the customer, and our expert will also be a group, and which means you'll have virtual team to stand by 24/7. And we will monitor the network. We will do the response 24/7. And just one thing, prevent the threats and give unlimited IR service. And maybe you talk about OA, and with most of the severe the instance will be resolved within 30 minutes. Okay, that is something we can do. To let you try to find the targeted customer, I think there are some of the suggestions. Small to medium business is very important because this kind of customer, they don't have many resources to against the threats. So small to medium business, the internet connection is not stable. So you can hear my voice, right? Okay, let me continue. If Mr. Bimson raise a hand, so you can just leave some message, and maybe in the end we will have a Q&A, or you can also leave some messages in the chat box. So I will explain it one by one. Okay, so small to medium business is the first choice, and I think a lot of customer in Dura, and they have a lot of customers like that scale. But the customer they care about the security, but they have a lot of budget, and they cannot invest a lot of resources. So you can sell MDR to the small and medium business the customer. Okay, the second thing is a highly regulated industry. So for example, the banking, the insurance, and the exchange, we do a lot of the projects with them. So I think they will really concern about the security. And the third thing is a complex IT environment. The voice now it's okay. The voice is clear. I wish you guys can hear me clearly. So if there's a really something happens, so just a little message. So I will see that. Okay. And the complex environment is also important because a lot of critical access is from the local data center to cloud. So some for our MDR can not only take care of the server in the data center, but also the cloud workload. So which means we can also manage the cloud assets. Okay, and this kind of customer, they have common requirement. For example, limited security stuff. They don't want to invest more. They don't know how to invest. Uh, they don't need to how many people they need to allocate and how many resources they need to allocate. And the second thing, like BFSI and the government and the telecommunication, this kind of industry, they have very critical infrastructure. So they just talk about how to let go to take my critical infrastructure for 7. So Sangfor MDR comes here, and we can help customer to manage. Okay, and the digital transformation. We just want to convince the customer focus on their business and focus on their IT optimization and let Sangfor to take care of the security issues. So that is why we design our MDR. Okay, the final important thing is that we will have the customer recover from the attacks. If there's a attacks happens and the customer are suffering data breach, and we will help customer to step by step to manage. Correct down. Okay. Uh, let me let me adjust. It's okay. The still voice cracking. Uh, if the voice is okay, so just give me a yes. So I can see you. Okay. Thank you. Sorry, guys. So, okay. So until now, I just talk about why we design our MDR and what is our MDR, what we can resolve the customer issues. Okay. So now we dive into the MDR more details. Okay, so MDR is not the definition launched by Sangfor. MDR is from the Gartner. Gartner is a well-known adversary company. So MDR, they just highlight the MDR will serve the SOC, provide SOC functions, and providing the rapid detection, analysis, investigation, response through the threat disruption and containment. So they will cover the endpoints, network, and cloud and do the threat hunting and the incident management. So we are doing the service. So we will sell our people, sell our knowledge, sell our mature process to help a customer to recover from the attacks. And we will also do some preventive way to against, for example, their attacker, maybe they just inside you in the environment. So, but they are not launching the attack, but we will help you to figure it out and kick it out from your network. Okay. Okay, so MDR from the definition is very easy. So detect, analyze, investigate, notify, and response. That is very common scenario. So I just want to highlight our SLA. Key components of the MDR, SLA, 24/7 continuous proactive threats monitoring and detection we can provide. And the AI-powered threat analysis combined with our threat investigation capability by our experts. That is second thing. And we can do the notification when we find some instance. And we can just push our messages to the group with the customer. The final thing is we can do the real-time remote response for customer. Okay, so that is our four major important thing, MDR. And if there's critical instance happens, we can get connected with the customer within 30 minutes, and we will start to investigate and give you final report maybe just within 4 hours. Okay, I talk about a lot about our service. Maybe you will think your service can handle third party, or I have to purchase your Sangfor product. So here's the answer. So our MDR is a security service, and our expert will work on with our product. I'm not saying the third party we don't support, but I just give you the first principle that we support with our product is the first priority. So which means you purchase MDR, you need to, we have a very friendly bundle, the price friendly and also the better performance. So EDR with MDR is our first bundle. And the second thing is about, Sangfor is a network-centric vendor, and we have the next generation firewall and start stepping into Gartner more than 80 years. So we are a very important cybersecurity vendor to cover network. So I can tell you, you can only find the bundle in Sangfor, this vendor. So we provide STA. STA is the you can regard as NDR. NDR is a network detection response. So we SDA is a network sensor, which means we will provide you the network sensor, tap into the switch, and the switch mirror the data to our network sensor. So after we analyze it, we will find what is happens internally from network. So from server A to server B, they are just doing the lateral movement and they are doing the internal attack. So with our STA, with our EDR, and with our MDR, we can fully cover the security operation, all the jobs, and cover all the corner. So the price is very friendly. And if you talk the same way, uh, I can tell you, CrowdStrike, SentinelOne, Palo Alto, they don't provide this kind of bundle. And the second thing is that our price is really astounding. So you talk with our sales, like Ganesh, like Sui here, you can talk with them. You will find an amazing answer. Okay, that is our bundle. Cover the network sensor, NDR, and also the EDR and MDR altogether. So give you a friendly price. I highlight the price because I think you are sensitive about the price because you want to earn the money, right? But if I break down the technology, you will find Sangfor is very professional to support from the technology wise, the feature wise. But now I talk about price. I'm not sure whether you are sales or pre-sales, but just remember, customer, you can highlight our technology and also the price. It's very friendly. Okay, so let's dive into further details. How we detect, how we analyze, how we investigate, how we notify. So let me break down some of the details. So notify is very important because maybe customer purchased the Sophos, the MDR, but Sophos only give the email. Sophos only give the phone communication. And if a customer has some issues, customer need to launch a ticket. But with Sangfor, we're not doing like that way. We will allocate a customer success manager and we will create a group. For example, if a customer say, can we create a WhatsApp group? And when something happens, you give me the real-time notification. So yes, we can do. So instant messaging is our unique way that we can bilateral to talk with the customer. That's the first thing. And the second thing is the response. Response also customer will very concerned about when I suffer something, can someone to help me to respond? Okay, here's the answer. So MDR is our people is not located in the customer office, but our people is from the UAE office. So we will remote assist for the customer, and we can, if customer are using our product, we can directly to configure our device and refine the policy and do the response. So customer no need to think about everything, just lie on the bed and see the report we give them. Okay, and if customer are using the third party, I just say MDR we combine with our own product, but we also support a third party firewall. So now I can tell you we support full major brands of the firewall. That is the only thing we support. So what WatchGuard firewall and Fortinet firewall, Palo Alto firewall, and also another one is a Checkpoint. We support full brands of the firewall. And the other firewall we are not supporting because our people will allocate more resources to our own product. And the EDR, maybe you want us to manage the CrowdStrike, not this year, but next year beginning we will support. But manage a third party with our team is not our major goal. Our major goal is to give a fully synchronized architecture with our EDR, NDR, XDR, MDR. So that is our goal. Please bear me to say some of our original idea. Okay. And we can give you recommendation because sometimes the customer say, don't touch my server. My server is very important. Let our people to do it. So some for people will give you recommendation. So that is how we run this. Okay, firewall name is we support full firewall brands. WatchGuard, Palo Alto, Checkpoint. Uh, the final one I Fortinet, Checkpoint, Palo Alto. WatchGuard. Let me type it. WatchGuard 40 actually, and Palo Alto Checkpoint. Okay, So we can also give you a report. The report will cover status and the security components examining, and also the policy checking, and also there's a instance response checking. So we just cover the access configuration and also the detection and response. So we will cover all the corners. But remember, MDR, we sell people to help you to resolve the issues. We are more focusing on the detection and response. We help you to analyze the instance. But if you say, hey, Sangfor, can you configure a policy for me? Can you export the logs for me? So we are not doing the day-to-day operation. It's very simple task, day-to-day operation. We will not pitch in and we will not cover. So please remember, you people need to still do the daily day-to-day operation. But Sangfor team, we will focus on the detection and response. Okay. Uh, Here is some important question. Uh, maybe some of the customer really want to compare. So I know the market have managed the SOC service, uh, and some for providing MDR service. So what is the difference between them? So as far as I know, maybe some of the customer, especially the large customer, they already purchased the IBM and they just find a third-party service team. But you know what happens? They just watch the threats and warn to customer that something happens, but they will not do the response. That is very important. They are not doing the response. But our MDR, we not only talk about detection, but we also talk about the response and we fix for customer. So let me give you a more more detailed comparison. So I'm SOC way as Sangfor versus Sangfor MDR. So that customers will get real outcomes instead of just alerts, which means our people will not explain and not talk with you about some alerts and we urge you to resolve it and follow our recommendation. No, we will help you to resolve it immediately and we will let you to get real outcomes. Okay, the second thing is we can help you to lower the overhead for customers, so faster onboarding. So if customers say, I want to build up the secure operation team and I want to build up the security and I purchased the IBM Curator and I deploy it. But you know, deploy the scene and talk about some details require month, even 3 months. In some of the country, I even saw there's half year deployment. But for MDR, we just 7 days uh, deploy our product and connect to MDR. That's done. It's very easy. Just 5 working days to 7 working days, and our people will start to do onboarding our service. Everything's fine. Okay. And the third thing is a customer gain partner, not just a worker. So some for our MDR team is just a partner and it's friends with the customer. So not only to talk with you, you need to do something, and I help you to find some results. Not like that way. The thing is we are focused on your customer business continuity, not just the compliance. So when your business, for example, this year, we help some customer to do the IR service. And the customer is very happy because customer, when they suffer ransomware, they don't know where to find people. But Sangfor comes in and help them to resolve the issue step by step. Okay, and there's our key differentiators. Combine our people with our technology and with machine learning and threat intelligence. And the second thing, with our report, you will see why it happens, how it happens, when it happens, who is attacking you. So context, relevant service. And we allocate a customer success manager and a group to let you know what happens real time and rapid onboarding with just 5 to 7 working days. Okay, and here's our BOQ and the quotation structure. So you see, uh, the first thing we can provide you is a managed advanced endpoint service, which means we combine our EDR and MDR as a bundle. I know maybe some of the customers, they already have the EDR, but Okay, so we can become the second tier of the EDR. If they don't want us to deploy, so you can also purchase MDR directly. Okay, that first part. The second part is about the MDR sensor. MDR sensor is just what I mentioned. It's a network sensor to tap into the switch, mirror the traffic, so we can analyze the network level of the threats. And the third thing is that if the customer are using the full brands of the firewall, we can support a third-party integration. Okay, it's very easy and not complex application. Okay, so uh, just maybe 10 minutes left. I will finish my topic around 10 minutes. I wish I won't occupy a lot of time. Okay, the ideal scenario. So we prefer the customer who recently suffered from cyber attack. If you have this kind of leads and you talk with your customer, you visit the customer every day, and if customer say, I want some vendor to provide IR service because recently I'm under attack and maybe just a minor attack, but I still worry about maybe I'm targeted by the attackers. So you can sell our MDR or involve some for our pre-sales team or even me, Aaron. So we can help you to present to the demonstration and POC and also quotation. Everything we can do it end to end. That is first thing. The second is that some for already 20 years, so customer are our firewall are using our EPP EDR. So you can upsell with our MDR. So you talk with the customer, sir, Firewall, how is the experience with our Sangfor? And the customer say, not bad. So you can say, it's good news. Here's a good news. Actually, I see you have very few people. So Sangfor can provide you a EDR to cover endpoint, and firewall we can also manage. So and our service will cover 24/7. So you can upsell the Sangfor business with the existing firewall and existing EDR. Okay. And the third thing is a customer who want to enhance security operations, but budget is very less, and they they don't have money to hire the security expert. So this is very targeted scenario for us. So without abundant budget, they cannot buy the CrowdStrike Falcon MDR, right? So Sangfor comes in, so we can provide a service. Here's some of the customer portrait. I will not say it one by one, too many words, but remember the three scenario that we help you to. If there's a three scenario and you talk with the customer and customer say, I don't have people, I don't have enough budget, and I want to transfer risk to somebody. So let some to help you to present. Okay. And like transportation, manufacturing, and some of the other industry, I think without people, it's a common sense. So manufacturing, transportation, they really care about the security, but they don't have a lot of budget and people, and they don't have mature process. So it's very easy to establish the topic with them. Even maybe some of their neighbor, they are suffering attacks. So you can highlight the story. Okay, the final thing I want to show some customer experience with our bike and team dashboard. Because MDR from the customer side, we can give a customer portal, but most of the workflow, maybe customer don't know how we manage the threat instance for them. So I just want to highlight some of the details, how we help customer to target the threats. Okay. So goes back to the whole process. So analyze, we have a lot of data source. We have different product like EDR, NDR, XDR, and also firewall. So the first thing, our people with our built-in threat intelligence and the security use case, our people bring the two things just a standby with our NDR platform. So the whole device is deployed on the customer side and the data transmitted to MDR. So we can do a lot of things like alert categorization, and we analyze different level of the risk. Okay, so in our backend team, our experts will find there's a customer A and there's a lot of alerts. There's a different priority endpoint, and they deploy some of our product, and there's an indicator compromise and a threat type. So let's look deeper. We will do the investigation first. So we click the alerts. we find there's a lot of details like source address, destination address, and there's a packet forensics. So we click in, we'll find more details. And we find the desktop address and the mapping with our threat intelligence. We find there's a malicious, uh, it shows malicious. So the address maybe we need to block, but we still need to further check. Okay, this kind of IP address, they are trying to connect with the dynamic domain. Domain is with our threat intelligence mapping, we find, oh, it's a malicious domain. So we need to block the IP address. And they are trying to communicate with the proxy tool, ngrok. So we find from the whole chain and we combine together, we get a single view. We need to block the IP. And they are also doing a lot of related activities like the Circle server brute force exploitation, and the attackers is from this IP. Okay, there's some of the sign that we find. And once we find the IP is malicious and we find some of the behavior behind the IP, like the circle injection and also lateral movement and connect to the outside the network, like the command and control connection. So we notify the customer. We say, hey, Mr. Customer, and there's a real-time notification. And customer said, please help me to block it. Thanks. Okay, we get the acknowledgements and the customer provides the approval. Let us to take actions. So we can log into actually we can directly to manage our product. The voice is not still right. Okay, so let's continue. So the first thing is that our MDR expert can from our MDR platform to manage, to configure, and to block the IP immediately. And we can also log into the dashboard to further check and about the original logs. And we will add application control policy and block the IP address with this page. Okay, and we say the domains and customers say, oh, I need to report it to my final boss. So can you send a snapshot? Okay, Sangfor will send a snapshot to customer. Okay, so that is some interactive activity with the customer. Until now, I think the MDR, I wish you already understand our logic about XDR. So some questions, the Q&A session. How do we get the recorded session? Let me try to understand your question. So you mean session recording? And we our MDR, our people, actually it's not a long connection. For example, it's not a real-time connection. For example, customer are deploying our EDR and also firewall. So all the logs and all the indicators will transmit to MDR. So our expert will from the MDR platform to check what happens. So when we need to respond, we will use our like proxy tool because our product have an open API and our using API IP in the file filter process, and there's a threat entity. We're using the API to block it. So we are not a long session connection. It's not always maintain a connection. So you want to know the recorded session? Actually, we have a audit page from our product dashboard, and if you want us to give you the evidence, uh, what the MDR team is managing and is doing. So we can give you the report, and we also can export our Excel to let you know our atomic operation. It's transparency. I wish I answer your question. Okay, guys, is there some other questions? You can just uh maybe you can open your speaker. If you don't want, you can just leave message. I will see it and reply it one by one. Uh, I will maintain 3 minutes and to let you to ask some question. If there's no question, you can reach out to me very easily. I'm Aaron from Sangfor. So you talk any single of the guys from Sangfor. You can easily to reach out to me and with email or with the meeting and come to Sangfor office. And whatever and whatever the form, you can reach out to me very easily. Okay, we just wait around the the final 30 minutes. If no other questions, we can finish the meeting. Thank you guys. I think the Friday you can spare some time to join some for webinar. Yeah, it's thank you for joining.